What did Sproles do now? Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you don't know, we're looking here at John Sproles and his sister, wife, lover, whatever. I don't know. If you're not a Game of Thrones fan, you won't get this reference. I asked somebody earlier, I was like, hey, if I put Jamie and Cersei on a page and call them John and Connie, would that be too much? And the person was like, no, that's funny. Do it. So that's what we've got going here. We've got Cersei and Jamie Lannister, from the Game of Thrones. And we've got all of these people here. Down below them make up the peasants of Henry County, or the trash, as Connie likes to call them. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Political Spotlight. I am your host, Christopher Bilbrey. Listen, welcome back, Brandon. How did you know Brandon was here?
What? I said hi in the comments.
Oh, you did.
Plus, Kate always plays the Feeding the Ducks music whenever I guest host.
Right.
Whenever I'm
guest host. You don't guest host. You're just here.
Oh yeah, whenever I'm here, I guess.
Yeah, what the hell?
My big return.
Yeah, he's back. How was your trip?
It was good, dude. I'm a little jet lagged. It was fun though. It was
how long a time was it on the flight?
Oh, dude, it was like we flew to London, so that was like 8 hours. But then we flew back from Munich, which was like 9 hours, 50 minutes, 9.5 hours.
Okay, yeah.
It sucked.
I've just recently done a plane trip like that. Planes like that are not good. It's not a good thing. I do not like flying specifically for that long. It's like, I'm not one of those people that's like, okay, we're in the air, everything's good. I'm like, the longer I'm in the air, the chances in the future of something happening are greater.
So you're getting more and more anxious as it goes?
Yeah. Until we land, I'm like, oh no. And while we're landing, I'm the most anxious of all. So it's horrible. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, if you could do us a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you're new here, you know what to do. Subscribe, give us some love, give us some new subscriptions. We like to do that. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You know how YouTube works. For all of you people that are watching on Facebook, we love you. We would like you to watch from YouTube. It's really easy. It doesn't take you any extra steps for you to just click on the link and watch from YouTube. But however you watch, we love it. We support you watching however you watch. Thank you. Catherine, we have had so many people ask, is there any way possible that the doctor could comment from YouTube? I have received like 15 messages since yesterday saying, hey, I love when the doctor talks. I like the doctor in the comments, but we can't interact with her. So here's the thing, because when you're on Facebook, everybody that's on YouTube can't see you. So I know that you have a YouTube account. If you just go to YouTube and you click on, you've got the YouTube name, Catherine Callahan, you will be able to click on there and then go to the comment section and you'll be able to comment. You can still have Facebook pulled up if you want, but, and that's not, I don't care, but I'm just letting you know the audience likes to hear what you have to say from time. So,
oh God, I can't believe she just said that about the rest of the audience.
Yeah. You guys should have to see what she just said about you.
Oh my God. It's horrendous.
So this is definitely going to be a kind of an audience heavy show, because there are some people in the audience who this story is going to be about. Catherine, but I am a good provider. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I told you last night the show today was going to be about John Sproles. I'd let everybody know ahead of time that we would be listening to the Sproles video, tearing the Sproles video apart, talking about it, going back and forth on it. All right. Then I went to sleep. And when I woke up this morning, I had so many messages. People were saying, you listen to this message. Hold on. I got to read you this message. I have this message from one, this is just from one person. I had this from like 30 different people. Someone said, dude, if you haven't seen what's happened on Facebook, get on Facebook. Connie Richwine is losing her shit in the comments on that post Sproles made. You should go read that stuff before she deletes it, because she is going to delete it. Somebody's going to delete it. She's bashing paramedics because they're speaking against Sproles. The only two people on Sproles' side are his sister and the deputy chief's son. I got to say something. If you're an elected official, for the love of God, Sproles, and I don't like Sproles, so you don't count. I'm going to talk to Chief Deputy Smith for a minute. Dude, you know how it is. Tell your family not to defend you like that. Listen, I got to tell my people. Long ago, when I first started doing this, my wife at the time and my mother would get on a couple comments and say stuff, and I had to sit them down and say, no. Don't do that.
Mm-mm. You
You cannot do that. You cannot talk. You don't comment about me. Tell people you don't know me. Don't. It just makes it so much worse. It doesn't matter what you say.
Well, no, it's gonna
Literally,
make you're
it's
not a
bad.
credible source.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's my whatever, my sibling or whatever. Like, you're gonna give an honest opinion,
Right. Yeah.
a
Yeah.
non-biased opinion. It's like, all right, you're already tainted. You're already biased as hell.
Well, and so let's clarify this. The Connie Ridgewine that was commenting here was not Connie Ridgewine. I feel confident to say hello there, Catherine Callahan on YouTube. Thank God everybody can see her now.
She did it.
Yeah, she's here. So good. The Connie Ridgewine that was commenting here, the real Connie Ridgewine commented for like 2 days. She commented 2 days. And how we know is she commented from Facebook. The commenter that was Connie Ridgewine on YouTube was Louis Callahan, or not Gallagher. Louis Gallagher. Louis Gallagher is
Smashing watermelons.
That's who. Yeah. Whatever. Galligan. I don't know what his name is. That little asshole kid that came on and told us some stuff and like lied about everything. We've done some.
I actually
videos
thought
on it.
Gallagher was right, and I was just making fun of the last name. But okay, yeah, it was Galligan.
Was it Gallagher or Galligan? Which one was it?
I don't know. I think it's Galligan.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So she is insane. So I don't know. He's insane too. They both are insane. But so that's why we stopped interacting with that one. The person who's on this Facebook feed fighting for her brother is Connie Richwine, and it's insane. I don't even understand like why they would think what she is doing is good. So what I thought we would do is I want everybody to have a second. Please share this. I shared it on a couple of the Henry County sites. If there are other Henry County sites out there that don't have the posting, please do this. This is going to be a Henry County thing. Ironically, Catherine Callahan, yes, Connie Richwine is from Madison County. Her brother's the sheriff of Henry County. She lives in Madison County, and she is, she is. and she's insane. I don't know. We'll get to looking at that here in a moment. But the kids Sproles were born with silver. Yeah, didn't you see the clip that we put up? This is the thumbnail for everyone that just got here. It is Class versus Trash. That's the name of this episode. So everyone from Henry County, you're trash. That's not me saying that. That's the Henry County Lannisters saying that. There were a couple different pictures that I wanted to use of Jamie and Cersei.
The only problem is that a Lannister always pays their debts.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah, right. Well, you know, I don't.
Lannister motto: Lannister always pays their debts.
Yes, that's true. But you know, I don't know. Hey,
unless it's to Gilman's.
Yeah, right. Unless it's to Gilman's. That's, yeah, right. That was in the book version, Brandon.
It's different. Okay.
So it was a little bit different. I wanted to use the picture from the scene right before he knocked the kid out the window, but I figured that might not be good.
Oh, you remember what that kid's name is?
What? Who is it?
It was Brandon. They knocked out the window.
Oh yeah,
Brandon.
Yeah, it was right. That's hilarious. All right, so here's the deal. I think probably what we need to do, because the whole video was going to Josh, the whole video was going to be just tearing apart Sproles' video, the Sproles man's video. But now we got to break apart the video and look at all of these crazy comments that have been left overnight. So I also want to put this picture up. It was a really hard between calling this. It's okay. Hold on here. This is going to be interesting.
Oh, something's happening.
And we've got something really interesting.
We're watching reruns of Game of Thrones on our phones right now.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Gilman should do some.
I know.
This segment brought to you by Gilman's.
They are a family-owned business. Gilman's is, so I would be down for that in a minute.
Yeah, no problem. That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. Episode 37, Class versus Trash in Henry County, brought to you by Gilman's. For all of your home, whatever they are, home decorating needs, whatever they are. So it was between episode 37, Class versus Trash, and or Whack-a-Sproles.
Was this an actual picture of him down here on the bottom left?
It
actual
is.
Photo?
Well, no, that's actually the bottom left is actually a picture off of their new the new patch. Have you guys not seen it?
No, I haven't.
Hold on. Yeah, I've got this in my phone. We're going a little off script here, but I gotta find this here because this is pretty important. Oh, I got it right here.
Uh-oh.
Kate can okay, so here's Henry County Sheriff Department images. Okay. Wow. Here's the what the patch looked like.
Can someone please verify that Connie's husband is a former sheriff of Madison County?
Yes.
Is currently an officer there. I looked into it and it appeared so, but I need verification.
Yes, no, it is. She is. They're right.
There you go, Eric.
That is right. And I got to be honest, I've never had a problem with her husband or former husband or current husband. I don't know if they're still married or not. I don't know, but I've never had a problem with him. I got to got to just say, Kate, I'm sending you 2 pictures. Can you put both the pictures up? You would so be able to do that. That would be fantastic.
Christopher, I feel another parody coming through. I need to do like a Connie Porterbeer character or something like that.
Okay, so we're waiting on Kate to get those pictures up if she can possibly do that. Let me get these comments pulled back up here, and we'll get ready to do this. Then, did John Sproles hire his nephew as a deputy immediately after becoming an official? Yes, that happened. He also put his son on as a reserve for a little while. I think his son is now on Newcastle Police Department. Maybe. Okay, so the old patch is this. Henry County, here's the old patch, kind of like their old shoulder patch thing. Here's their new patch, I've heard.
It looks like this. It looks like a South Park version.
Yeah, it does. This is this episode of the Political Spotlights brought to you by Gilman's and South Park. Let me get back to whose was this? Joe here. It's 9:15, 68 degrees. Gilman, the place for your hardware needs. Now back to Class versus Trash, episode 37. So yeah, this is that was.
You just need to replace that image in the center now with someone getting beanbagged. It'll be perfect.
Beanbag Sproles springs. Look at this. This is so amazing. Whatever's going on with his head in the top right picture is bizarre.
With that weird headband or whatever the hell that was?
Yeah, it's like the sleeve. It's like a sleeve. Someone literally started making that. People's like cutting off the sleeves of their shirts. Someone's like, I could make that and make a lot of money. Okay, so I want to do this first and foremost. Let's take a look at this video. Here's a video that the Henry County Sheriff put out, and I'm going to tell you the reason he put this video out. He called Channel 8 News last week and wanted this put on the news, but they wouldn't run with the story because the news, the news ran to the news ran to his own. The news went to the commissioner's office, and they were like, "Look, we've already given him a lot of money from ARP. We've got a whole nother grouping of employees that we've got to deal with here. This is not just the sheriff's department, you know." So they didn't run with this. So sheriff says, "Screw it. I'll put out my own video." So this is the video he puts out. And before we go any further with this, I want to say this video is 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes and 41 seconds. Every statement that he makes in this video has been a statement that he's already made. Every question that he asks has already been asked. And the commissioners of Henry County and the council of Henry County has already dealt with literally everything in this video in a satisfactory way. The only thing that didn't happen was Sproles didn't get every single thing that he wanted right when he wanted it, as he wanted it, right now. Right now, I want my third pudding pop now. You know,
I love
that's
pudding pops.
Just, is that a beanbag shotgun round loader in the cabinet behind him? No, he's just happy to see you. So
that beanbag loader in your cabinet, you're just happy to see me.
Okay. So all right, here we go, folks.
Hey, before you start, do you know what my first comment's gonna be already?
Tell me.
We'll see. We'll let it go. You
Okay.
just need to let it go for like 5 seconds, and I'll tell you what my first comment is.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, I'm Henry County Sheriff John
Yep, that's
Sproles.
enough.
Henry County Council.
What?
What's with like the herpes medication commercial music behind him?
Yeah,
this
I
entire
don't
video?
understand. For the first
What the
2
hell?
seconds, for the first 2 seconds, it sounds like "In My Life" by the Beatles, and I was
Kinda.
afraid we were going to get a copyright strike. Listen to this again. Listen to it. It sounds like the first like 3 chords of "In My Life." Listen.
Hi, I'm Henry County Sheriff John.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. I've thought that every time I've listened to it, but you're right. As it goes along, it's definitely like he's walking hand in hand with his lover on the beach. It may or may not be Cersei Lannister, and they're talking about how herpes X gave them their life back. All right, progressing on.
Hi, I'm Henry County Sheriff John Sproles. Henry County Council members are currently making final decisions in regard to the 2024 salaries of Henry County Sheriff's Office employees. They're also making final decisions on whether they are serious about keeping our officers safe.
This is the first place I stopped, and I was like, no, they are not seriously making decisions on if they want to keep your officers safe. His next line is they're deciding if they're going to chop our heads off or not. They want to keep these people safe. I like it, Joey. They want these officers to be safe, but common sense has to come into it. Okay, it's a matter of common sense.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How does an officer making $52,000 versus $49,000 make him safer?
Yeah, right. That's a good question.
Maybe it's a dumb question, but I don't think $5,000 or $6,000 makes you safer on the job.
Right. So the thing is,
Not in
right
your
there.
pocket. Maybe if you buy me a $5,000 worth more of body armor, I'll be safer.
Right.
Yeah.
But not in my pocket.
Well, the thing is like, look, okay, so a couple things I want to get out of the way right now. Every elected official in Henry County admits that the officers are underpaid. The sheriff says they're underpaid. The chief deputy says they're underpaid. All of the rest of the deputies say they're underpaid. All 3 commissioners say they're underpaid. And all 7 of the council members say they're underpaid. What the other elected officials are saying is, unfortunately, because of our revenue, we are not able to deal with 100% of fixing these problems in 1 year. It's going to take a series of years to fix it. Okay? That's the number one thing we need to know. Number 2, the sheriff, the chief deputy, and all the rest of the deputies, along with the 3 commissioners and the 7 council members, they all say that they know that they need cars, and they need cars soon. The Henry County Commissioners and the Henry County Council worked it out a way that with the commissioners and the council working together, Sproles could get 7 cars this year, 7 new cars like this. But because Sproles said, I don't want to lease my cars.
I want to do it my way.
I want to do it my way. Because of that, he shot that plan dead on arrival. All right. So that's dead. So he messed that deal up. He could have got 7 cars in this. Listen to how many cars he says he needs. All right, let's go on.
By shoring up the huge liability we currently have in the fact they have severely underfunded the purchasing of adequate emergency vehicles for many years. In this video, I want to specifically talk about our officer salaries. For more than 20 years, Henry County has utilized...
Wait a minute. What does the salaries have to do with the vehicles? He keeps jumping back and forth. So that's something I want you to know. He's not keeping his eye on the ball.
a company named Wagner,
Jim Mears
Irwin,
first.
Shealy, and
What?
Jim Mears first.
Yeah,
Wasn't that
right.
the big thing you
Yeah,
wanted, Michael?
right. He's so concerned about salaries. He's so concerned about vehicles. So what's the very first thing he does when he gets there? He improves his gym. All right. So what's he doing to make the situation better? Take all of that equipment back and put it towards vehicles and salaries.
and Associates. This company, better known as WIS, each year puts together average market pay salaries and job classification data by compiling information from counties and local government organizations similar to ours based on population, tax information, and other important criteria. This information is extremely important as it clearly lets us know where we stand in regard to similar entities.
Pause. Now, WIS does not just compare county for county on sheriff's department. They're basing it on everything. So, for example, the needs of Jay County might be different than the needs of Madison County, okay? Also, you could have a small county, like let's take, for example, let's take Kokomo is in Howard County. Kokomo is a small community. Howard County is a small county, but it still has Chrysler. Henry County no longer has Chrysler. That's a big deal. They also do not break it down by population or anything like that. They just give out basic averages. So it's important to understand that about the WIS information. Okay. That's very important to understand. All right. So let's let him go forward.
I want to point out that WIS shows the average starting pay for officers and organizations similar to ours is $55,800. Henry County currently pays our officers $47,300. This is $8,500 under the average. Our correctional officers are underpaid a similar amount. I want to point out our longevity pay. If our officers stay around for 15 years, their pay only increases to $49,800. I want to draw a stark reality comparison with the Indiana State Police salary. Their officers currently start at more than $70,000 per year, and they are promised a brand new vehicle. If you stay with them for 15 years, your salary will then be $115,000.
Okay, Brandon, you're a big state guy.
A big state guy.
All right. He's wanting to compare the Henry County Sheriff's Department, which has 28 officers,
The Indiana State
to the
Police.
Indiana State Police. Now, what does the Indiana State government currently have in their budget as a surplus? Do you know the number right off the top of your head?
Oh shit! It's like God, what is it now? It was like six. Wasn't it like 6 billion, something crazy?
It's like, yeah, that little number. They have a surplus of 6.1 billion. I sure as hell would hope they could give their starting guys 70,000 plus, a new car, and by the time they've worked 15 years, they could be making 115,000. They could do all of that and still give all of us Hoosiers back some money. They've got $6 billion to work with, and that's just the surplus. Henry County is a county that's working with somewhere around 15 million a year. I want people to understand what a manipulative asshole John Sproles is being when he's doing this. He's comparing his county that's getting 15 million a year to counties that are making 25 million, 30 million, 40 million a year, 60 million a year.
Mhm.
You're comparing. That's not apples to oranges. That's apples to an icicle on Pluto. They're two, not even barely in the same universe.
Yeah, I'm really interested in this data he's referring to because he says that WIS pulled data on the average starting salary of what, like police departments or something like that. He says it's like, well, how many? First of all, we're talking Indiana. Like, how many data points do they have?
Right.
Like, it's interesting that he grabbed this data. It's fun to manipulate data.
It is. And you could make it say literally anything. I mean, it's crazy what he's got going on here. So, okay, that's the biggest thing that you need to take away from this is he is manipulating citizens. Okay, misleading citizens. All right, let's let him go on here.
Let me draw another quick comparison. I just noticed a hiring ad for Greenfield Police Department. They are starting their officers at more than $61,000 per year. That is nearly $14,000 per year, more than us for precisely the same job. I want you to hear this clearly. Our chief deputy and 2 captains, who are second, third, and fourth in the chain of command of our entire department, do not even make what a beginner patrolman makes at the City of Greenfield Police Department.
Okay, that's a good place to stop. Did you hear what he said? The City of Greenfield Police Department. The City of Police Department versus the county. Okay, first and foremost, they're, again, different situations. Cities generally make a little bit more than the sheriff's departments do.
No, they're precisely the same.
Yeah, he said, yeah.
They're precisely the same.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Greenfield also is in Hancock County. It's a donut county. They're doing well. The donut counties are doing well. Donut County being a county around Marion County, the state capital.
Oh, I thought that was a cop reference.
It is. For the record, Hancock County in 2023 had $25 million. Henry County in 2023 had $15 million. So
well, those aren't precisely the same.
No, yeah, right. It's almost wildly different.
Precisely not the same.
These things are precisely completely different. All right, let's hear more nonsense.
These 3 top brass officers have given their entire careers to serving Henry County and have more than 75 years of law enforcement experience combined. Another item that I want to make clear is this. My salary as the Henry County Sheriff is set by the state of Indiana. My salary is not and will never be affected by any of these salary negotiations.
So it's kind of like here is he saying like, haha, I don't got to worry about this. I'm going to be paid lots of money one way or another. Like, I don't get what he's saying here. I mean, I know what he's trying to say, but it just doesn't come off good to me. I don't think,
What's he trying to say? That I'm not negotiating for me, I'm negotiating for my guys? Is that what he's trying to say? I think
so. Yeah.
I love that line. The top 3 guys have like 75 years of experience, and then you add him and it's 77.
Yeah, right. His other 3 guys, between the 3 of them, have 75 years of experience. And I'm added to it, and they've still got 75 and a quarter years of experience.
Oh, shit.
All right, here we go.
These discussions are about one thing only: taking adequate care of our officers. I hate to say this, but I am not asking our county officials to do anything above average. I'm simply asking them to pay our officers the average pay as established by WIS.
Why do you hate to say that?
I want to leave you with a couple of thoughts. First of all, is this the first time that our county...
What?
Kate's losing it down there.
Oh. See.
WIS is a group of attorneys.
Yeah.
And what was it? I can't remember. It's a bunch of attorneys. They compile data. He's saying that they're establishing this average, like they have authority over it. They're not establishing shit. They're just reporting on what the statewide average is. And he wants to talk about, he wants his officers to be average. If you go to Indiana Gateway, you can look up what all of his officers were paid in 2022. And if you go down the list, you'll see that some are obviously part-time and some of them are obviously full-time. And when you look at the guys that are full-time, I only see 2 guys on that list that make less than the median income of Henry County.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, you said he's wanting his guys to be, at least average. I can guarantee you with his leadership, his guys will definitely be average. They will not be better than average. So I hate to say that for them. If you want to get better training and experience, leave the Henry County Sheriff's Department. I hate that, but while he's sheriff, you guys are in trouble. Okay, moving forward.
Has ever been in this situation? The quick answer is absolutely not. Back in 2015, our local council and governing officials were dealing with the same problem, a huge shortfall of income to properly take care of our officers. So they began to talk about a tax, a public safety income tax.
Safety.
They implemented that tax in 2000.
What?
That public safety income tax.
Yeah.
You need that safety.
2016, and that money was only to be spent.
What?
Safety?
Did he really?
I don't know. We're going to find out if he said safety.
Yeah, we got to listen to that.
The income tax.
Oops.
They began to talk about a tax, a public safety income tax.
No, I misheard
They
him.
implemented that tax in 2016, and that money was only to be spent on police, law enforcement, and emergency systems.
Okay. That's misleading again there too. It's supposed to be used on public safety, which is fire, EMS, 911. I believe animal control is in that. So that's the other thing he's doing here is he's saying that, public safety is only law enforcement. No, it's not. It is not. And he is reading off a teleprompter. Yes, Audie.
Mm-hmm.
That tax has generated many, many millions of dollars straight out of your pocket.
No, he normally just looks that blank in the eyes when you look at him.
It's like a doll's eye.
Yeah.
Pockets. And here we are in the same condition and possibly worse than when that tax was implemented way back in 2016. I assume you are just like me in the fact that you want clear answers on why we are in this situation again and where they have spent your millions of dollars of safety local income tax revenue. I want you to join me and get engaged in this conversation. I want you to ask your local council members and commissioners why they are okay with our officers being severely underpaid to the tune of nearly $500,000 per year department-wide, under the average pay as established by WIS. Ask them why they are okay with only purchasing 4 new vehicles per year when
That's
simple math shows we absolutely have to purchase 7 new vehicles a year to stay on any kind of decent, safe vehicle rotation plan. Ask them why they are okay to pay our patrolmen approximately $8,500 a year less than average pay when they only short themselves approximately $300 per year. Why are we having to beg and plead just to be average? What happened to the 3-year plan that we have heard about for 3 years to fix this situation? Was there an actual plan? I have heard about it, but I have never seen it. Get engaged and get involved. Ask questions. These are your local elected officials handling your money, and you deserve to know where, when, and how it is being spent.
We've tried to get involved and ask questions, but the dipshit elected sheriff starts blocking people and then gets sued because he's a stupid asshole. I hate that crap. That just kind of made me angry. You need to get involved and ask questions so I can block you and be a douche about it.
Right.
He had a pathway to 7 cars, which Kate mentioned earlier in our chat here. He just didn't like it because it's not the way he wanted to do it. What was he in that last meeting? He's going to take his toys and go home because they wouldn't give him what he wanted. He's like, well, screw it. Then And I don't want anything. Like, he's so childish. So frustrating.
I don't even know.
If you don't get sued, you can give raises.
So I don't even know, man.
Yeah, where do you even start?
Yeah, like where do you start with that?
Well, he acts like he's got no answers. They've given him answers. He just doesn't like them.
That's
I remember he's like, well, shit, just raise a ton of taxes on the taxpayers. I'm a Republican. Let's do it. What was the deal? They wanted to lease the cars, but he doesn't want to lease them. He wants to own them. And and they had different ways of getting him vehicles. He just didn't like it because it wasn't his idea. He was hung up forever on the simple math on how much money he was asking for. He didn't even know how much he was asking for.
Kate, can you pop on here for a second?
Okay.
I need to take care of something real quick. Can you help this out here real quick, and I'll be right back.
Sure.
All right, I'll be right back.
Nothing delights me more.
You know, sometimes you got to poop, Kate. It happens. That's what he gets for leaving in the middle of the show.
I just we have to beg and plead to be average.
I wish you were average.
I wish you were average, man. I do not understand this guy.
No, I don't either. A lot of it's just childishness. I think it's hilarious that, dude, that music kills me that whole time. First of all, that music is so stupid and distracting. They're like the whole time I'm like trying to listen to him. It's just like, it's goofy. He's had these conversations a bajillion times with commissioners.
And the way he talks, it sounds like his guys aren't getting any raises. And that's not true.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They are getting raises, just not as much as he wanted them to.
Well, he wanted $700,000 to spread out across the board on raises.
Well, he just said in that they were just being shorted by like $500,000.
Yeah. But remember what he originally went in? It was asking for $700,000, right? In that meeting?
That sounds right. I was going to say, I'll believe you. I can't remember exactly, but he's talking a lot of nonsense. His math is bad.
So he sent a text to the sheriff summarizing that the sheriff had requested $700,000 in additional wages and over $500,000 in additional expenses. $200,000 to the sheriff's budget, $147,000 to the jail budget, and the rest to safety or jail lit. The county has $300,000 in funds to give as raises for the whole county. So, but doesn't the sheriff's department get double what everybody else is getting in raises?
Yeah, and I think that was one of the big things in that meeting that was the council meeting or the budget meeting we're talking about, is he was pissed because they weren't getting enough, but like every other department was getting like half the raises his department was getting. Yeah.
If they get 2%, he gets 4%.
Yeah, and he's still pissed. He's like, and that's when he made that comment about like, did he make some comment about how their jobs basically weren't as hard as his or his guys' jobs? He said something like that. I should have the notes pulled up too, but I don't, because now I'm trying to remember that. Let's just watch that video again.
Let's not do that. That was horrible enough the first time around. Trying to listen to this fool make sense out of money is just impossible.
We'll just play I'm talking about the one where, where I ripped him, because that was fun stuff.
His math is atrocious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Joey, the total that he requested over the year before his budget was $2 million. You remember that number? He kept coming back to it, and they're like, "Let it go, man. We figured it out. The $700,000 you requested in raises just gets chucked out the window. So it's actually just $1.3 million more that you asked for."
He's like, "Well, I don't get the $2 million though," and they're like, "Oh my god, dude."
It's not hard. It's math, and it's like my third grader could do this shit,
Yeah, and he just kept coming back to it. I love when they're just finally like, "All right, dude, moving on.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I'm skimming through the notes if you want to chat, and I'll see if I can find what you're talking about.
Yeah. You're dead on, Yoko. He wants them to raise taxes, which I think he mentioned. He's like, what's the problem with raising taxes? It's like, well,
he actually asked, so is raising taxes out of the question?
Well, I guess not, but I mean, with his mentality, he'll end up taxing everyone 100%, and it won't be enough.
No, because he'll want every dime of that too. Now he goes on about the safety tax. So they mentioned that in that meeting too, how they were taking some of the expenses that he wanted for the jail that he had slated to come out of the general budget. He's like, they said, we're going to move this over. So it's coming out of the safety lit. So, I mean, he knows where that money's going. All you have to do is look at the budgets to see where the money's going. It's going to the jail. It's going to EMS. It's going to those other agencies. And I think some of it was going towards some of the new equipment that he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's not like this man is being told, oh, you're asking for this and this and this, this and this and this. Yeah, fuck you and leave, Yeah. They're bending over backwards to try to give him what he's asking for within their means. He just doesn't understand their means are smaller than what, he's asking for.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that he's getting nothing. It's that he's not getting every single thing he's asking for. And that's a fair point, Charlie. As soon as he thinks pays for all he's asking for, it's like, maybe he should have brought that up in his little video there with his stupid background music and said, hey guys, I really want to raise the taxes on you. Can you get a hold of commissioners and tell them you guys really want to pay more money in taxes? Because I'd rather purchase a bunch of expensive vehicles than lease them.
Yeah. Catherine, he is a business owner. And was a cop. He doesn't have much experience in law enforcement. He does have some, but it's not like he's got, like 20 years, like he's talking about some of the other officers that are there, but he owns businesses. So he should understand how to do all of this. So it's really confusing to see a businessman not be able to understand basic budgeting. This is our revenue. Yeah. You can't exceed that in expenses.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and you had checked something earlier, I believe. Netflix was missing all the fun stuff, but he mentions what the average salaries are, and you actually figured out the correct number, yes?
Well, yeah. If he's it's confusing because he's talking about average salaries, and then he talks about starting salaries. So starting salary is $47,000, and that's really comparable to what we're seeing in a lot of counties around here that are the same size. Some people were mentioning like Rush County is 49. So I mean, those is comparable size, comparable revenues. So I mean,
that's not terribly off.
Yeah, that's not terribly off. But if you go through and you do the math and you look at Indiana Gateway and pull up the full-time officers, their average pay is $57,000 a year, almost 58.
And what was he saying? They needed to make 55?
And he was saying that the average was 55.8.
Is what he was looking for?
Yeah, but I think he means that as a starting pay and not necessarily as this average. So I don't understand it. My husband just got home, so my dogs are going to lose their minds. So I'm going to plug myself in. Give me a second here.
Yeah, well, that's a massive jump, though. If you're going from, what was he saying, 44-ish to 56-ish?
He was saying they start at 47 right now, and he wants up to 56, basically.
So 10,000 up. That's a pretty huge jump.
Yeah, that's a huge pay raise. And how do you fund it when the county is saying that they're got a huge shortfall? Something has to give, and I'm sorry, but it's
massive new taxes, or you're cutting other programs. That's right. How you budget, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, he wanted his chief deputy to make like $88,000, $90,000 a year, which is nuts. And I'm trying to find the chief deputy on here.
How much does he make? Like 125-ish?
The sheriff last year made $122,600.
Okay. But that's not his call. He just accepts that. So don't get on him for that one. That's not his. That's not determined by him. Yeah.
Yeah, $122,000. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of money. It just.
Well, he won't make it for long. He's about to. McCorkle. Oh dang! Look, everyone on here is like 122. When you guys are good.
You guys are good. Yeah, and that is partly what he campaigned on, that he wanted to be doing budgeting and he wanted to be, doing the admin side of things and not being out patrolling. And now he's like out patrolling.
Beanbagging and.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like he's trying to do the budgeting admin stuff. He's just not that great at it. And I've said
with subtracting, how hard is budgeting?
I don't know. And I'll give him credit. I think I said it before when we did that last episode that, I mean, that's great. He's fighting for his guys. I just don't think he's realistic.
Yeah. The sheriff's department is not the only department in Henry County.
Yeah.
And he gets mad because, well, you've dedicated $5 million of the ARP money to go to fixing buildings. What good is that going to do? Well, I don't know. When you got $11 million worth of repairs that need done, $5 million, I'd say, is a pretty damn good start.
You know, those buildings to be safe. It's a safety issue.
Yeah, that's a life safety issue right there. If you don't need a roof caving in on people's heads.
Well, and you guys were talking about like his pay. He could give back his raise every year.
Yeah,
didn't somebody in Delaware? Was it Delaware County that the sheriff did that?
Sheriff Delaware County did that.
That's right.
Sproles makes $122,000 a year. That would buy 2 cop cars. Does he not care about the safety of his men?
Cares about the safety of his bank account.
I think you may have a PM there, Christopher, that you need to be looking at. But
you guys are.
You do. From Mr. Sutherland.
Oh,
here.
yes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I think all cops should make lots of money, but you have a budget, so raises have to come over time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to be realistic.
Bilbrey is back from dropping his Sproles. Did everything come out okay, Christopher?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to duck out of here. You guys have fun.
No, why?
I'll be down here, but
and then she disappears.
Okay, so what I was listening on and off. What I wanted to say was, so the biggest issue I have here with this is, everything's going well. I was taking care of a minor technical issue, but it was going to become a major technical issue. So
I can't let those testicle issues slide. You got to take care of it when he's taken care of.
Okay, so the thing that I wanted to say here was, is he doing everything that he needs to be doing? He's wanting to put together a video saying, are the commissioners doing what they want to do? Need to be doing to show that they care about officer safety? Are the counselors doing everything they need to be doing to show that they care about officer safety? Why does he not have somebody looking at grant money? Like, he acts like that is a terrible thing against leasing. Now, let me tell you something, folks, and I've recently put in a records request to find this out. I received an anonymous tip the other day from a pretty reliable. It's an anonymous tip from the same anonymous person who has given me a lot of tips about Henry County, and so it's coming from somebody who's been reliable. So it's anonymous in the fact that I don't know who they are. A lot of my sources, I know who they are. I just don't release it. It's 9:55, 60 degrees. Been a fiber and fiber that works. That's hilarious. Here's the deal. The thing is, what I want to know is that threw me off. Where was I? That threw me off right as I said it.
Oh no, I got thrown off by poop.
Why number one is he not leasing? Why are we not doing that? And I don't, that makes no sense to me because it's not like they're his cars. Chances are he's not even going to be the sheriff by the time the lease is up. Okay, so I don't understand why that's a problem. Number two, and probably most important here is, to me, the grant issue. A lot of government agencies and a lot of government actions run solely off of grants. Now, the sheriff's department is not going to run totally off of grants. We understand that. But the fact that he just completely poo-poos the grant idea and he acts like that's below him, I don't understand that. He needs to have someone in there looking for grants and getting anything and everything he can with grants, especially if he's going to be this, this bougie about stuff. I don't get it. The other thing is, I'm going to pull this up here. I feel like this is probably really important.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see where I had it. Let me see. If he's so concerned about how many miles these cars are getting, and he's concerned about, the hours on the roadway and stuff, don't you think maybe he ought to stop jumping calls while off duty? Don't you think maybe he needs to stop driving his patrol vehicle, his police vehicle to church while off duty? You think maybe he needs to stop jumping calls while off duty and leaving them on the side of the roadway, parking, running gas while he's out being racist to people on buses? Don't you think that he needs to stop eating ice cream in his police car and then getting behind vehicles that are making infractions and pulling them over? He's putting a lot of extra wear and tear on his car, his loan car, because he likes to play this superhuman cop that's answering calls all times, all hours of the day. I don't know how many people has said Sproles has been off duty. They've got a call, and then bam, the sheriff shows up on duty, shows up off duty in uniform, shows up off duty in plain clothes. Quit doing that. Why does he feel the need to do that? I don't understand. Then I want to point out the absolute, see Audie. Is he going to bed? Good night, Audie Barber.
Later, Audie.
Then I want to point out this, and I know it's hard for you guys to see. I'm going to read this to you. It says, important officer salary information. We cannot continue to recruit and retain officers while underpaying them by nearly $8,500 below established average. Established, that's questionable. Pay per year per officer. Not to mention providing some of them with up to 10-year-old vehicles with over 250,000 miles on it with no spare vehicles sitting on the lot. We invest over 1,200 hours and nearly 8 months of our time in training for every new officer. In many cases, we are simply funding the training and spending our time for them to jump ship into a higher paying law enforcement job with better benefits at another department. And it's not their fault. They have to do what's best for their families. First and foremost, we need to have, or Henry County needs to have, a contract that says, if we send you to the academy, if we pull you on and we train you, you've got to do at least 3 years here, or you have to pay that money back. Now, I understand they'll do that, and some agency will say, okay, that's fine. We'll pay them their money back. Well, then at the end of the day, they're not hurt. Henry County's not out that money. They are getting that money back. So that's turns out to be a wash. But
why would someone take the job in Henry County if they're going to leave anyway?
What?
Why would they take the job in Henry County initially if they know if they go somewhere else, they're going to get paid more and probably still get the same training?
Because they might get on at the academy earlier, or
Oh, okay.
So that happens. But the other thing here is, he says, we absolutely must end this cycle. We have lost nearly 10 officers in the last 2 years to better paying police jobs. My question is, how many officers have they lost? I don't care about the last 2 years. He says they've lost 10 in the last 2 years. I want to know how many officers his department has lost in the last 9 months. I want to know how many officers have left their department in the time since he has been on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. I because I believe that there have been quite a few officers, including jail officers. Okay. And, so that's a real question that I have. How many people has left because they've left under him? Now, Jeff Wall says 4 people. 4 people's left since he's been on. That is absolutely horrible to hear that. How many more will lose? I've heard all sorts of rumors of what's to come. It's crazy. Then he goes on to say this: I'm asking our wonderful citizens of Henry County to get engaged in this conversation. Well, then, John, unblock everybody.
Yep.
Unblock everybody and allow people to be engaged. Because most of the engagement is going to happen on your pages.
Where you're blocking everyone.
Where you're blocking everybody.
You're an elected official.
Yeah. Quit being such an asshole to people that disagree with you. That's part of the engagement. Talking to people who disagree.
So he wants everyone to disagree with the council and the and everyone else, just not him.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. Ask your local elected officials, fiscal governing council members, why they are okay with running these huge liability risks with these unsafe vehicles and underpaid officers. Listen, I want to know why they're okay with Sproles being such the liability that he is. I think he is the liability. But this is the part that I really have questions with. He says, I'm asking our wonderful citizens. So he wrote this, and this went live at 6:30 yesterday afternoon. Saturday the 23rd at 6:30. He's calling the citizens of Henry County wonderful. All right. Now I want to come down here real quick to the comments of his comment section and show you before we jump to what we have on the wall.
So wonderful. Hey, I see some recognizable names in there.
Oh, yeah. There's
racist beanbag shooting Sproles.
Yeah, racist beanbag shooting Sproles. Where did the comment about this post not being factual go? Grace Johnson, you have lived in Henry County for years. You're aware that this is a very low-income county. Our taxes are definitely low. We're also in an already crumbling economy that's causing financial loss everywhere. Listen, first and foremost, what he's saying is something that first cops are saying everywhere. Chief of police in Muncie, chief of police in IMPD, chief of police in Anderson, sheriff of Delaware County, sheriff of Randolph County, chief of police in Winchester, Newcastle Police Department, Tippecanoe County, Wallace, Kosciuszko County, Allen County, Fort Wayne. Everybody is saying we're in a nationally recognized hiring crisis throughout the county, nationally recognized throughout the state, throughout the country.
And that's in tons of jobs too. Same thing with teachers.
Yeah, teachers, McDonald's, Walmart, factories. Every place is having issues like this right now. So this is not just little peon, small-brained Sproles leading Henry County Sheriff's Department. All right? This is all over the United States, probably the world, okay, right now. But then when he's getting on here and he's going to his citizenry and he's calling them wonderful, you have his sister doing the exact opposite. Okay? So a citizen says, Sproles, Hancock County, and Greenfield have a higher tax base to support that. You are not comparing apples to apples. If you feel so bad for your officers, donate a portion of your salary to help them. To which the sheriff's sister says, the property crime rate in Hancock County is 32.0 versus 65.9 in Henry County. Class versus trash. The sheriff's sister, the sheriff of Henry County, is saying the people in Hancock County are class and the people of Henry County are trash. The wonderful people of Henry County that Sproles was talking to, his sister's calling trash. Let that sink in. Factors that contribute to property crime are poverty, unemployment, drugs, etc. Why would an officer want to deal with more crime for less money? Well, some people, law enforcement is a calling. Some people, it's not about money.
Yeah.
Some people would do it if you paid them $5,000 a year. There are people out there that do it for free. There are people that do it for free. All right, here's this. Connie Richwine, Sproles, did you just call Henry County trash? The same county your brother's the sheriff of and is supposed to serve and protect? The same county that your brother wants more money out of? Wow. His PR team has for him really helping sink his ship for him. You think the citizens who read this comment will want to help him or give him more money with your comment? Connie says they might want a sheriff's department that is equipped with what it needs to lower that crime rate and become a more attractive place to live. Nobody has a moral obligation to protect the poor county when there are higher paying jobs elsewhere. What? This is the lady that seriously has the bucket of water and steps over the guy that's burning on the sidewalk because he's homeless. You know, no, I'm not going to bend my wrist to pour my bucket of water on you. Like, this is gross, okay? Here's this. Sheriff John Sproles, I suggest you look elsewhere for pity. You have some good officers, and with the show you put on during the commissioners meeting and the illegal traffic stops that you're performing and lying about the chief deputies with being killed, the chief deputy's wife being killed because of a $500 part that wasn't replaced. I have searched high and low and have not found any news article about that. You need to resign your position. You are a very piss poor leader. Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, are the officers under me leaving truly because of the money? Or is it because I'm a poor leader and I need to change the way things are done? You more than likely will not be reelected if you run again and don't resign. You rank up there with President Biden as a piss poor leader. Connie Richwine says, he said the last 2 years. When was the election? ? Just because you searched high and low and didn't find the news article doesn't mean he's lying. You are a
very nasty person.
Very nasty person. Why? What did he say? It was very nasty. He didn't say anything very nasty. It's interesting to look at the profiles of the people with nasty comments on this page. They are obese. They're illiterate or have dirt under their fingernails in selfies. Just nasty.
Whose fingers are in a selfie anyway? You're holding the phone.
Yeah, what's she remotely talking about?
How's that even possible?
Next
I
time
guess
we're
you could.
together.
I guess you could do one of these. Take a picture.
Yeah,
and
we
just
need to go. Yeah. Now, I got to
your
be
dirty
honest.
ass fingernails.
Like this,
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I am very particular about my nails. Cleaning my nails, filing my nails, clipping my nails, at least on my hands. My feet are just wild, but my hands,
Hobbit feet.
yeah, don't ever go near my feet. It's not good. I have steel-toed shoes on 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Try to
Nobody's
tame
ever
those
seen my-
bitches.
Yeah, right. But my fingernails are immaculate. All right. That being said, I would never in my entire life make a comment like she just made. How entitled, how gross, absolutely. You know, I can't even wrap my mind around. I can't even wrap my mind around what she's saying there. Like, that she is speaking that way about the citizens. Like, why is John? I get that even he's an idiot, but isn't this too far for him? Like, I'll be honest. If I was John Sproles, I would go through and I would delete every one of her comments. I would then come back and say, look, I just deleted some comments off my page. They were my sisters. I will gladly take the complaint that anybody files against me. Matter of fact, file it, and I will calm down there and say, yep, but I needed to get that off there because I don't feel that way about you guys. She was out of line, and I'll tell you what she said, but I just couldn't look at it. I am so sorry to you all.
What time is it? 12, 10, 12.
12.
Track his page and make sure. Watch him do exactly what you just said to cover his own ass.
Delete them? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yoko says, sitting on your throne with your clean fingernails, making fun of the peasants with dirty hands, funding your lifestyle with their hard work.
Yeah, no shit. The same people you're trying to get money from.
Yeah, the same people they're trying to get money from. Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, next she's going to accuse these commenters of drinking generic cola. That's next.
Right.
I mean, it's not far beyond what Sproul said. Remember, was that wasn't your comment he responded to. That was someone else's that he said had a fake account.
Diane
Yeah.
Baker.
Okay, I didn't know if we were calling Diane out, but yeah.
Yeah.
And basically just shit all over her. I mean, it's really not too far off, except he had the sense to delete that one. He's like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. I'm surprised that he didn't delete hers.
Listen to what she's saying. I'm gonna put. She's not done. She's not done showing her ass. All right, here we go. Oops, sorry. I didn't know you were doing that too. Okay.
Obese, illiterate.
The comment said,
can we also point out that she said the people are illiterate, but they've been commenting?
Yeah, right. I mean, look, that's something that bothers me because so here's the thing. I don't like to do the text talk like where you use LIL instead of little or R for ARE. You know what I mean? I like to spell everything out. That being said, I make a ton of grammatical errors, mostly because I'm doing crap on my phone and I'm fat thumbing stuff. I mean, if you're typing on a keyboard, you've got spell check and all of that stuff there. So there's no real reason to misspell stuff. But people, you're just going through quick and it's being quickly done. It's social media. The point is not necessarily it's what the message looks like. It's delivering the message. I hate that people don't understand that.
Yeah.
When people correct, like, I don't like seeing there's mistakes. That gets to me too, or the your, I get that, but I never call people out for it. It's just, it is what it is.
I call people out for misspellings all the time.
Like we bust each other's balls in here, mostly you guys towards me. And I love that. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm just talking about like random strangers out in the world. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's the message that they're trying to say, not the vehicle. Okay.
Well, the funny thing is I tell you because I know it's the same thing. It is the message, not the vehicle, but people are going to give you so much shit.
What you do. Yeah, no, that I like, because you're telling me about like my quote unquote official posts. So like when you did that with Jam the other day, I'm like, yes, good. Because I had commented a bunch of places and I was still going, and I was like, oh, I need to go back and fix those. And you know what I did? I went back and fixed every one of them. So no, I appreciate it when someone does it to me. Mm-hmm. I just don't do it to other people because I'm like, look, I get that this person's just somebody, in between haircuts. It's a barber.
Or just like a quick comment or something.
I don't ever mess with those people,
Yeah, who cares?
But I like when someone does it to me. I always appreciate that. So I've never got a problem.
I'll do it if the comment's shitting on me. I'll totally call them out.
Oh, yeah.
Call me a looser.
Right. Yes, right. So Connie goes on here and says, I'm a very nasty person. Or, oh, no, the person says, I'm a very nasty person, Connie. Well, thank you for your opinion. But when an elected sheriff calls people of color those people and throws a fit in a commissioner's meeting because other departments got funding for vehicles and he didn't get what he wanted, come on, take the blinders off. If I was the elected sheriff and I went in and asked for $345,000 for cars and they said, we will give you $180,000, I'd be grateful. You should know if, I don't know what's,
I didn't print the rest of the gentleman's comments.
That's fine. So then she goes on and says, if you will look at the negative comments, including your own, the spelling and grammatical errors are pretty rampant. This reflects what? Yeah, this reflects one of the reasons Henry County has a higher property crime rate and why officers don't want to stay for lower salary.
You are a criminal. I love it. That's so stupid. Because people make grammatical errors. We have higher crime rate, and so officers don't want to stay for a lower salary.
Now I'm listed. Yeah, dude, I can't get over this lady. Like, does she seriously think she's living in 1940? She's like the white woman. She's got like on a veil and she walks around with the big like hoop dresses on, and she's got like a lady in waiting or whatever, chamber lady that comes in and helps her get ready in the morning. Like this, it's so gross, man. These people are so gross.
Do you think she ran these comments through the spell check knowing she was shitting on people for their grammar and spelling? It's like she ran through to make sure. Because I'm looking at, I'm like, let me see if I can find an error. Because and she does have errors. But I was like, you think someone would shit on her, like, well, you forgot punctuation here, you didn't capitalize here, blah, blah.
No, she had, I was going to come up with some name.
Jeeves.
So, no, like a black name. she had her black slave come in.
Oh God!
And did it. No, she didn't. No.
Oh, here we go. Someone did color on it.
Yeah, right here. Also, your grammar is off here. Comments is plural.
So it's calling her out. Yeah, I love it.
As is majority. Therefore, you should have said, are not coming from the most literate. You're also missing a few commas.
I love it.
I love it.
Punctuation.
I love it. I'm not hiding at all. I'm using my legal name. I would never hide the fact that I was born a Sproles. Oh my God. I didn't even see these comments.
I'm a Sproles.
I didn't even see these comments. This is so gross. I'm proud of my family. I work 12-hour shifts on the average of 60 hours a week, so you can take your sob story elsewhere. My family defines the meaning of hard work. You do not know my family at all, or you would know this.
It's a lot of hard work to beanbag a unarmed man that many times.
Yeah, right. Like, she seriously thinks like her brother's like Bruce Wayne or something like that. Like, oh my God.
Something like that.
Asking for his employees to get an average salary is being a bully. No, leave the salary crap out. That's got nothing. Okay. I guess all of these other people complaining about your God-sent angel to Newcastle are wrong too. I feel honored that you only point me out when you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You expect everyone to bow down to you. All these other people, it's the same people on every post. Those who can't spell correctly to save their lives, use bad language and highlight. All right. So she's worried about people using bad language, but she's okay with calling people fat, lazy slobs that are trash. She literally doesn't see a problem with that.
Yeah, she's so like hyper focused on the grammar, which again, her grammar is not perfect. And who cares?
It is such a weird thing that she's got.
No, it's okay. You can be a hateful piece of shit bitch to whoever you want to, so long as you use good and clean language and grammar.
The thing about this is she's walking a really fine line. Jesus. The thing is here, I'm going to be real honest. She's walking a really fine line because where she is employed, I think if they knew about some of this stuff, they would have a serious talking to her about. And I'll be honest. I want to be honest. I could say that place and get people to maybe call in and complain, but I don't want that.
No,
I want her to continue complaining. No, I don't care if she loses her job or whatever. She's a piece of trash herself. Whatever happens to her is karma coming back to her. I'm fine with that. I mean, specifically, I don't want her to go away because it's gold. It's horrible. This is like a train wreck. I cannot turn away from all of this craziness. Literally, this is the same comments. This is the comment section of where her brother literally just got on and smiled his golden smile and said, "Hey, all you wonderful people of Henry County." And his sister's down in the comments, like literally just going to town, chopping people's heads off and stuff.
You filthy, dirty, fat, illiterate criminals.
Yes.
Give him some more money so he can put your ass in jail and beanbag you in your cell.
I don't know, man. So yeah, those are her comments on that page. And we've got them. I've got them saved. We've got them saved now because I would think that he would have to or would want to come in and delete those. It's horrible. I can't believe that he would think that that's okay. Like, has he not looked at social media at all today?
But Diane made a good point. The commissioners came out and said that this Henry County Sheriff's page is one of their official pages. So he can't delete anything. So we just need to keep an eye on it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, me personally, I would be like, hey, I took one for the team because I just couldn't have my constituents being called these type of names. But yeah, I get what you're saying, and that's yeah, spot on.
I guess you can ask her to delete. I mean, she can delete her own all day.
Yeah, she could delete it, but I just, man, like I honestly cannot figure out what these people think they're doing. I don't know how this is. I don't know how this is helping anything. I don't know anybody that's going to be standing in line to talk to the commissioners on Monday about having them, hey, can you guys help that sheriff out? He seems like a really nice guy, and his sister is amazing. I just feel like.
And clean out your dirty fingernails.
And clean out your dirty fingernails while you're at it. Henry County, I don't know, man. What do you do with this?
Well, you're at it. YOU''RE.
Connie was always a good nurse. If I had to offer her some advice, I would go on there and apologize to the people. I think at this point, she's too far gone, because this is only like the 5th or 6th time that she's no. This is a continued pattern of behavior for her. She has went on a tirade for like the last 6 months. She's been like this from word go. And I don't know if it's because she thinks that because she lives in Madison County, she's commenting because she's commenting on all of these sites in Henry County that her life won't see all of this. I like that.
Hold my
Bob
beer.
McCoy, nobody wants to work because they're lazy on drugs. Connie Richwine, hold my beer. But yeah, Catherine, I get it, wanting to see the good in people, and that's because you're a good person. But I don't know. The thing is, she's got some kind of bizarre obsession with her brother. The only thing that I can say is that's the reason I used Jamie and Cersei Lannister. I mean, I don't really get it, but they got a thing going on there that's real bizarre. So what was that?
The thing is
does anybody know who's older? I don't know which one's older or not. I don't know. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, the thing is, when you have like a spouse or a sibling or family members in politics, you almost need to step back. Like, it's a lot of effort to try to follow them around on social media, just like we see with like Shreen Wagley and these people. It's like it's almost like they're searching Facebook regularly, trying to find someone saying bad about their team, so they can go on there and just get in fights with people. It's like there's not enough time in the day when this person's a political figure. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing as who said that about somebody. Hold on here. Let me find that comment someone made. And little Ben Smith likes all of her posts. Ben Smith is the son of the chief deputy. He's on there as well. There's only 2 people on there really doing battle for Sproles that way, and it's the chief deputy's son, and it's the sister of the sheriff. And like I said at the beginning, somebody needs to tell them to take a step back, because they're not doing any favors for anybody. It's just a really, really bad look. And the situation with the sheriff's video, I heard you guys talking while I was dealing with technical difficulty. The raises Sproles does not mention anything about the raises that his officers have been given. I want to let everybody know 2.5, 3 years ago, I was battling with the majority of the people that are on the Henry County Council and the majority of the Henry County Commissioners. But in the last couple years, they've really brought it together and they're doing good work. And that's an example of sometimes when someone that I used to not get along with, I'm now get along with these people and I'm agreeing with what they're doing. You know, I'm capable, and the world, people should be capable of having multi-dimensional thought. You know, it's not just one-sided. If someone's doing bad, it's okay to call that out. If that same person then turns around and is doing good, it's okay to say, hey, you're doing well, you know, or vice versa. If they're doing well and they start doing bad, it's okay to, you know, to let them know that. And so I am now on these people's side in how they're dealing with the sheriff. I want to be very clear against the sheriffs being very clear. The council and the commissioners have answered every question that the sheriff has asked. They have did everything that they could do. They've done everything that they could do, trying to make things better and trying to give the sheriff what he needs. They've even worked to try to give him what he wants. But the sheriff feels like, to hell with everybody else. I'm not going to tell you who, but I spoke with a counselor from Henry County. There's one of 7 of them. There's 7 counselors. That's as far down as it gets boiled down for you guys. And I was talking to this counselor, and the counselor said that they were in a meeting one time with Sproles, and Sproles was talking about the other agencies, like the EMS or, you know, whatever else there is, county highway. And he literally said, I don't care about any of those other agencies. And it's like, I get him going on there and fighting for his guys. Let me tell you, someone who fights for their guys and their girls, their employees, is Delaware County Sheriff Tony Skinner. That is a man who fights for his employees. And then beyond fighting for his employees, he fights for the county employees. He does that. And that's not what John is doing. John is fighting for his own ego. Catherine said it right here. Listen, I hate to say it, but before this is all done, he is going to cause a civil war in his own county. Catherine, yeah, he's already there. He's already drawn the line between him and his department and all of the small town agencies. There's already a serious dislike there. Now, on top of that, now he's causing all of this chaos between him and the other elected officials, and it's not good. Brandon, you got any last-minute thoughts?
No, I've been reading through the comments on this while you're talking, and there's a lot of them going to... Some of the people in our comments here were going to war with Ben Smith, and I love... Josh Fisher in here finally goes, perhaps you might want to go watch some footage of Sproles on the Political Spotlight. I love it.
I love it. Remember, folks, when you're out there dropping our name, it's always really easy to drop our name, but all you need to do is when you drop the name, then also drop the link. And the link is really easy. It's just youtube.com/@ the Political Spotlight, all one word. So it's really not as easy as I just made it sound.
God,
but
that's
it's not
difficult.
really that hard. Copy and paste is your friend. youtube.com/@the-political-spotlight. We love it. I've been all over the place and seen people do that. I'm like, that's hilarious. I also, in trying to make this picture, I was Googling Henry County, and it's amazing when you Google Henry County how many of our different episodes or pictures, like a picture of Brandon popped up when I Googled Henry County. So it's great because I was looking for large crowds of people, and then I put some of this trash in here, and here's some people sitting in there. There's only one face in all of this that I recognize.
Was this the reservoir? The trash heaps?
No, this is just Cavanna trash heaps.
Oh, that's Muncie Reservoir.
And the crowd there is like a picture from like 1970 in Indianapolis, and the big crowd there, and then the people in the background is the people that were listening when WTHR was there, when the state board of health was coming in and talking about whether or not there was cancer clusters in Henry County. And there's one person I see in the audience, and it's the Newcastle Mayor Gray York. I love it.
When were they talking about the cancer clusters?
I don't know when that was. Does anybody in the comments know when that was? When they were talking about the...
I thought there were, and they just kind of dismissed it. Like, it's not really a cluster. It's just a bunch of people getting really rare cancers in the same area at the same time.
It was like a really rare specific cancer, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like glioblastoma or something.
Yeah. That's what it was. I don't know when that was, but so that's when I took that. It was people from the audience. So all right, folks. That's basically what's going to happen to Lapel if LKQ is approved. God, I hope not. That would be horrible. 10 years or so ago. Yeah, that would make sense. 10 years. 2020, 2022, 2002 or something like that. 2003. So yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, I think that's about everything. This video was ridiculous. I hate this for the commissioners. I hate it for the council. I'm glad that they're kind of fighting back and trying to get the story out. I'm glad that people see what the truth is here. And I don't know.
And moving forward, we're going to play stupid happy herpes medication commercial music in the background in every episode.
Every episode, we can play the stupid, what'd you call it?
Herpes medication commercial music.
Yeah, I like it. I'm down for it.
Oh, can we get just the music?
Decisions on whether they are serious about keeping our officers safe by shoring up the huge liability we currently. Hi, I'm Henry County Sheriff John Sproles. Henry County Council members are currently making final decisions in regard to the 2024 salaries of Henry County Sheriff's Office employees.
I'd like to mute his talking.
They're also making final decisions on whether they are serious about keeping our officers safe by shoring up the huge liability we currently have in the fact they have severely underfunded the
That took me a second. That's crazy.
Oh, God. That's about right. Well, I think that's a good place to end then.
Yep. He's pointed. Hi, I'm John Sproles. You might remember me from such instances as racist bus pullover or racist beanbagging. Here today, I'm going to talk to you about complaining about vehicle costs.
Illegal traffic stop part 2. Good
Adam's
Lord.
a widow.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you, Brandon, for coming on and talking with us. That's always good to have you back. Finally.
Finally.
Yeah. Finally.
I think I've only been here like once since the Great Divide.
Have you?
I think so. Twice?
You've been here a couple times.
Yeah, I don't know.
At
least you know.
It's because I've watched all of the Brandon videos.
Oh, so it feels like I've been back.
It feels like you've been here a lot, but like only twice in person. So we'll have to start having you in more. So
yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, and you all know what to do. We will get back with some candidate interviews this week. Oh, you might have to help with some of that if you're able. I'll let you know when people are going to be doing what or whatever. So,
all right,
we'll have to see what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. You know what to do. Hit the like before you go out. Hit the like, and if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe. Do all of that. Share the show with everyone you know. Take care. God bless. Have a good evening. And we will see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.
Goodbye, all.
That's funny.
Yeah, that got me too.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that top right one is weird.
Yes, it is.
Looks like a cone head.
Oh, that and the one on the bottom left.
They look like a cone head.
That's him with the hood on and him with the hood off.